what is good? What is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back once more with another daily live stream. We're probably on day 150 by this point. I really lost count, but we have another very interesting and quite big stream today on the 28th of December. Not far off now. The new year 2025, I believe, is going to be absolutely huge now. In my opinion, not financial advice, is the time where you need to block and ignore the noise and to really lock in. Especially with Casper. Casper right now is valued at 11.82 cents, up roughly 0.29% on the daily time frame. Casper so far has done well in holding the level of support at 11 cents. We very may well lose it depending on the trajectory of Bitcoin. If it decides to short from here, right now Bitcoin is holding strong at 94.5k. Bitcoin may come down to 92k, may go below that. Again, we've heard predictions stating that we could see a 60k Bitcoin, which I showed you in my yesterday's stream. I can't attest to whether that's true or not. I think that's quite an extreme scenario, but of course time will tell. But for me, Casper right now is pretty much at a bottom. It's holding strong right now, and there's a lot coming for Casper. The FUD is growing more and more, but as I announced in my server earlier, the community, the conviction in Casper actually as a result of this FUD is growing stronger and stronger. We have videos from Son Polinsky himself, the Casper founder, talking a little bit about the Casper price action. We have videos, a clip from Sin City Crypto, shout out to that guy. He's probably one of the biggest Casper content creators right now. He covers other projects as well, but he covers Casper as well. And he had a little bit of a understandable, I don't want to say crash out, but I think it was an understandable reaction to being asked about Casper and people who are very frustrated with the price action in the last year, which I want to address in this stream. I'm going to play the video at some point. He's standing up for the developers, and that's what we've been doing this whole time as well. Us in this stream, day in, day out. While we understand the frustration with Casper and its price action, we support the developers. We understand what they are doing and that fact that they're still building. They haven't changed at all. And there's going to be a lot as a result that we're going to be able to reap the benefits of in the future, in this cycle, with what Casper is building. This just being a TLDR spreadsheet of everything they're building, everything they've achieved so far, and what is inevitably going to be coming as well. So we're going to get through a little bit of the fun, a little bit of the comedic part of it, some understanding of Casper, and also we've got some other big news here regarding the bullish developments coming in the cycle, Tether news, crypto gaming also being a soft spot in my heart, and a lot of more other very, very important information that ultimately leads into the belief that crypto is still going to do extremely well in the cycle, and Casper is no exception. Casper, if anything, will do one of the best in the cycle in regard to where it's at right now. I still believe so. But if you enjoy these streams, we're doing these daily, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Because make no mistake, crypto is far from done. Casper is far from done. People who've been fading Casper, you're well with your right to do so. I understand the reason for you to do so, but I personally believe fading Casper right now could be a big mistake. People who faded Bitcoin at $200, 2k, thought Bitcoin's not going to do anything, and look at it now. That might sound like I'm comparing Casper to Bitcoin. That's not my intention. My point being is the biggest crypto project. People faded the biggest crypto project because they didn't understand it. They didn't want to believe in it. They thought it was rubbish. They thought, let's stay with cash. Casper is just another step in this project. People faded Solana. People faded Cardano. People faded XRP. People always fade a project that they don't understand enough. And they always, or more often than not, if they got enough behind it, enough VC backing, or even fundamentals, they always come back and prove everybody wrong. Some projects will collapse, of course, but Casper, for me, based on the fact that it's decentralized, fair launch, proof of work, it will not collapse. So, what's up? Devious me, hello, Casper keeps standing, Nacho and Kanga keep bleeding. Yes, we actually can see that here. Nacho is been consolidating for a little bit more or less around the $25 to $30 million market cap for the past week or two. Kango has taken a little bit of a nosedive recently, down below 20 million market cap. I do have an understanding and reason as to why that is. Two actually big announcements surrounding the Kango community. Ultimately, in a TLDR, get into it in a bit more depth in a moment, because I have been looking through the Telegram of Kango, trying to build my own knowledge of the ecosystem itself. And there's been a lot of FUD building up recently because there's still no tier 1 exchange with Kango, like apparently the dev promised. And we'll get into that in a little bit. That's partly though why I believe the Kango price is correcting right now. But ultimately, there still seems to be a lot of big speculation and, dare I say, confirmation. again, not financial advice, do your own research, that we will be seeing some tier ones coming through in the new year, early in the new year, with Casper and Kango, and I'm sure other projects as well. What's up, Clayton Green? I know you do, my man. I know you do. Things are going to be very, very bullish from here. So, Rico says, realistic prediction for Casper in 2025. I mean, it really does depend on so many developments. I'll give you my answer, but I'm going to lay it out like this. There are multiple things to take consideration for Casper and crypto right now. You've got institutional adoption. We don't know how much money is going to be flooded in from the space from institutions. You know, BlackRock's already come in, but you've got JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, UBS, Merrill Lynch, all other major corporations not got involved in crypto yet. They want to get involved. ETFs will be launched. So you've got a lot of institutional adoption coming into the space. Casper-wise, though, 10 BPS will be big. Tier 1 listings will be big. Smart contract will be big. ETFs, which I think there's a good potential of that will happen in the cycle, will be big as well. There are multiple things to take consideration. What you have to then consider is when the market will top, and will Casper therefore be still going on at that time, and will, if the market has already topped, will Casper then go on a miniature run following the developments and then come back down? Now, based on all of those factors, you know, I have my prediction of where I think Casper's going to go. The very common belief right now in the community now, with Casper being at around 11 cents, is a $1 Casper. Now, it doesn't sound as high as people want it to be, but $1 is still a 10x almost from here, which I think is still very impressive. There's nothing to shy away from. $1 Casper is still very, very good. Me personally, I still believe wholeheartedly that a $2 Casper, a $15 billion market cap Casper, is still achievable. That's currently where my conservative bearish prediction is right now. And then depending on the crypto market, where it can soar to from here, Bitcoin and other developments, and again, the timing of the market top, potentially we could see as high as $4 or $5 Casper. 7 for me would be absolute bullish case scenario. Anything above 7 for me, while potentially possible, I think it's a bit too moon boy. I think Casper will hopefully 100 billion market cap, but I'm more holding on to a 50 billion. The reason why I say that 100 billion is possible though is because other projects in the past, the likes of, you know, Solana, the likes of Cardano, and, you know, those two in particular at least, they, in their first significant cycle, they jumped here to market cap wise of what? This one jumped to a 75 billion market cap, 80 billion market cap for Solana, and that was without institutional adoption here. Equally as well with Cardano in its last cycle, its first cycle was back here, but its last cycle market cap wise, it jumped to just short of 100 billion, about 93, 94 billion. Of course, yes, both projects have VC backing, so there are benefits to those projects as opposed to Casper, but we have institutional adoption here for the first time. Potentially, therefore, we'll see more money flooding into this space much faster than we could possibly anticipate. If Casper 50 billion market cap, how much Nacho will you think achieve? Well, to my understanding of the memes underneath the direct project, so Nacho being the #1 meme directly under Casper, the understanding I have is that the #1 meme project underneath the project, number one meme underneath the project should be 5 to 10% of their total market cap. So if Casper reaches 50 billion, $2 50 billion market cap, Nacho, by that logic, should reach a 2.5 to 5 billion market cap. My conviction is that Nacho should hopefully reach a 1 billion market cap this cycle. I'm not in any Chaos 20 projects right now. I do plan to get into them, thankfully, and that's for me, thankfully, in a somewhat selfish manner. Thankfully, none of these projects have taken off yet, at least considerably enough to where I can still get in quite low. And actually, I say that selfishly. People who are frustrated with even these price actions, yes, memes are more risky, so again, do your own research. But based on some of these projects where I believe will do well personally, not financial advice, of course, you have therefore potentially the opportunity, should you choose to DCA more and get more, build your bag more, to build up more, and hopefully have a bit more of a return on your investment. But of course, time will tell. The volume is low. Yes, right now, Kappa volume has come down quite a bit. It's at 94 million. It's been quite some time we've seen Kappa below 100 million. 24-hour trading volume, so that's not the best of news, of course. And we can see equally, BitGet has still been quite high up there, but yesterday it was at 16%, now it's at 8%. Bybit was at just short of 8%, now it's at 6%, so the tier ones are also struggling. Cracker's not even got 100 million in volume. Now, I'm not ultimately that surprised, because again, that nothing's really moving in the crypto market right now. We're in the Christmas holiday still. You'll see a lot of these things cool down right now, especially going into the weekend as well. holiday season and the weekend is just standstill behavior, basically. Coming into January, into the new year, things will start to speed up quite quickly based on the fact that on the 3rd of January, to my knowledge, Congress will reconvene, and there's a lot of talk about Congress talking with Trump about the FIT 21 bill and the stablecoin legislation bill, basically trying to get crypto legislation fast-tracked in America for when he takes office on the 20th of January. So January will be very, very volatile, at least starting to pick up a lot of speed. But right now things are a little bit slow, and as you mentioned here, Clayton Green says, it's local to the holidays. It's frustrating, of course, but my conviction in Casper still stands strong, and the KF still mentioned that high volume will be a good indicator for tier 1 stopping board. The volume will come back. The lowest we've seen Casper volume for a long streak has been between 30 to 70 mil. That happened around here. We saw it on after 20 mil, 70 mil, 50 mil. It was a long streak of not much volume. And then since November, it's been spiking above 150 mil consistently, sometimes going up to as high as 700 mil or 500 and 600 mil. So it's done very, very well. Right now it's come down, expected, but it will come back. Right now the market's starting to pick up pace. There's a lot more coming for Casper, and actually, believe it or not, the FUD is going to help in that regard as well. So before I get into some more questions, we've got this first post here. Ultimately, there's a lot of FUD around Casper, as we should know. Some of them from influencers, some of them from the Bitcoin maxis. Influencers I've already covered, don't want to cover it anymore. It's been and done. It's going to come back again. There's going to be more influencer FUD, as always is. But the Bitcoin maxi FUD is stuff that I love, because Bitcoin maxi FUD, for me, is bullish. For me, it's very, very bullish. Now, this is one of the Bitcoin maxis called Justin Belcher. He put a post out or reply stating that in this case, we're discussing what has happened in the 6 months since Marathon began. Well, as he names Casper a shitcoin, saying basically diversifying from Bitcoin to Casper. He mentioned the fact that, since Casper has been being mined by Marathon, its price has halved in regards to Bitcoin or something along those lines, right? That's basically what he said. But something that he has not taken into account or not even researched is Marathon announced they are mining Casper in June or July. They announced it publicly. But if you go onto their website and go to their quarterly reports, equally go onto the quarterly reports, you can see that the balance of Casper only showcases from when they publicly announced it, again, being in the June period, June-July period. That's when they announced their mining Casper, hence why that's the quantity is there, how much they have of Casper. But the dates go back as far as September, because that's when they actually started mining Casper. Marathon started mining Casper in September of 2023, so about 9 months or so, and then they publicly announced it. So they would have already spoken to their shareholders, the likes of BlackRock, the likes of Jane Street, the likes of Vanguard, speaking to them and saying, Bitcoin mining is not profitable. We've heard of Casper, spoke to Casper, we think it's a good project. Do you want us to, start mining it for profits? And they would have given them the go-ahead. That's how these shareholder things work. So BlackRock gave the go-ahead. They started mining Casper in September of 2023. And if you look at the market chart for Casper of September 2023, since they started mining it, that was here. So Marathon started mining Casper in and around here. So right now, price-wise they're not up massively, but they would have been up, 4x or so, 4.5x in value from the mining Casper. They've done very, very well on mining Casper, and not to mention as well, should you look at the hash rate, which is doing very well right now, and go back to September once more, when they started mining it, before they started mining Casper, it was at 14. It was at 17 pH. 17 pH they started mining Casper. Since they started mining Casper, it's jumped up to now peaking at 1.5 EH. So for comparison, that's 17 pH to 1,500 pH. That's a considerable jump. So Marathon, again, and this is a post reply here put from Casper Facts. I'm convinced most maxis are just lazy, and there is an element of truth behind that. Even Casper maxis are probably lazy to an extent in regards to the maybe not naivety, but the maybe ignorance, but understanding of other projects, right? Because a lot of people, understandably, once more, they don't like projects like XRP because it's centralized and they have, VC backing, and no, it's not decentralized. Yeah, it's centralized VC backing, and it also, IPO gave their allocation to their employees. All these sort of reasons which are very, very valid, hence why it is risky. But there is an understanding of why XRP has done well and why it will probably continue to do quite well for the imminent future. I can't say indefinitely, but for the imminent future, definitely, because it's got this VC backing. Banks seemingly want to use XRP or utilize Ripple's technology. They have got Ripple's technology already incorporated into the backend of their systems. So XRP, by that logic, therefore, will likely be utilised and do very, very well. That's why I hold XRP. That's why I still hold XRP. And I have made, well, I didn't put a lot of XRP in because, again, I understand the risk of XRP being centralized. And I also understood the risk of not wanting to repeat an FTX. So I put an allocation to which I was not worried if I lost the money. But I put money in it, I hedged my bet, and I'm up right now 4 or 5x. I've taken the profits out of it as well and put more of it to Casper because I believe Casper has a better ROI in this cycle as well. But it comes down to being element of doing your own research. Maxis can be a bit of a problem for that. But again, it puts out here, Marathon started mining Casper 2023, September, and that's what it's done since then. So it's done very, very well. That's one of the Maxis who have been a bit, you know, flooding Casper recently. This is the other one as well though, and this one I find kind of, I don't know, hypocritical, comedic if you will, but either way, important, right? Adam Back, who's put down, you know, something along the lines of that was a long time before Casper. I think the DAG is over complex, had a similar idea in 2013 and discarded. Captain Sats puts down here, that's because, well, I mean, it was complex, sure, but there has, you know, he's kind of asking in a rhetorical, comedic sense, but there have been multiple improvements and innovations in the DAG-based ledger consensus protocol since the time of Ghost and Tangle in 2013. Not to mention as well, flooding this technology to me is mind-blowing considering that, I mean, I guess you're a Bitcoin maxi, you run on your own protocols, you know, your own unique protocol, but multiple other proof of stake, other projects in this space, pick it out of a hat if you will, from Ethereum to Solana, I believe to XRP as well to an extent, to Cardano, to Avalanche, multiple of the other projects, proof of stake, big projects in this space have used adaptations of Casper's own protocols. The Ghost, the Phantom, the Spectre. So Casper has already set the tone for protocols and consensus in the crypto space. Remind you once more that Son Polinsky, he is an expert in this space. He's an absolute titan, absolute legend. I had the post up and I don't know what I've done with it now. But I mean, I've showed it in the past already, but it's a post of, here it is. Yeah, fun fact once more, Son Polinsky, here, on multiple occasions be quoted in central bank research papers, this one being the Bank of Italy, Bank of Canada, Bank of Finland, Dallas Fed, and European Central Bank. You can see every time it's highlighted here, that is his name being quoted, Son Polinsky, and his mentor, Aviv Zohar, as well. So, you know, he is by all means an expert in this space. That's the one person who's running Casper. But you've got this idea here, anyways. And then you've got this whole thread here once more, ultimately talking about, you know, I think it's in response to Adam Back saying, you know, it's over complex, right? And he's just replied here saying, over complex for you, because smart people did it and they've understood it. So he's trying to FUD the likes of the developers, but it doesn't matter because Casper's already done what it is. And he replies here saying, I don't know, observed your trade off years ahead, yet rejected it based on architectural common sense. Some people lack that. Many alts engage in complexity marketing as if that's a feature. It's not. Again, it's a whole load of dialogue going back and forth. Shy basically comes here saying, you know, making the DAG-based architecture that's efficient and usable is very, very hard, but it's not impossible. And he, of course, Shy being the educator he is, with a PhD in quantum computing, says he will gladly explain in great detail how we accomplish that. But he's not a marketing person. That is probably the only issue I have with Casper, is their marketing's not great. That's the only issue, but that's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not really their forte. That's not what they care about. They care about making a good project. They don't care about getting his name out there. They don't care about price action. They want to make a good project that achieves what is meant to be for crypto, decentralized for everyone, a hedge against the corrupt government system and the banking system. And Chai, again, is one of the researchers behind the project, so he actually can answer any question. You for a whole, you know, thread here, ultimately coming down to this part of an aspect, which is crucial for me to understand, and I think it's important, right? He loves the Casper project and it's great tech, but people, and this is a common thing that we're all doing, I've done it already this stream, but people are comparing apples and oranges in this thread. In general, people compare Casper to other projects. I have compared Casper price action to Solana, Cardano, Litecoin, Chainlink. I've compared them to many, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it. Comparison is a good thing to like historical data to give you an understanding where the project can probably go, but you've got to understand at the fundamental roots of this, we are comparing apples and oranges. Casper is similar to Bitcoin, but it's not Bitcoin. You know, the tech is different. It has its own goals and merits. They're different. Same, but different. Casper and Ethereum are different. Proof of stake versus proof of work. L2 versus L1. They're different. So when you're comparing these projects, don't dial into it being the holy grail of, okay, well, Casper's better than Cardano, right? So therefore, Casper, by that logic, most definitely should surpass Cardano market cap of, 90 billion. So it should reach 100 billion, so therefore it should reach $5 to cycle, $4 to cycle. That's not the guarantee. Cardano had benefits in its technology at the time, and equally also had benefits of VC backing, with Charles Hoskinson as well behind it. Casper, while being the CEO of Casper, you have some politically behind it, but he's not pushing Casper's name out. They haven't got VC backing, which is to an extent a hindrance of the price action of Casper. But that same with Casper, what they're building, I think will still be enough to gain a lot of market share and a lot of adoption with what they are building in this space. And for me, it's also quite comedic in the sense, once more going back to Adam Beck, who's the Bitcoin maxi, who is now fading Casper. And once more, bad marketing is one reason. The other reason, well, there are three reasons right now that people are fading Casper. One is bad marketing. The other is lackluster price action being the most common one. And the final one is currently surrounding Shy and his points on Twitter. I think all three are completely irrelevant. I think Shy can say what he wants. He's deserved that much. If you have a problem with him, just ignore him, block him. He can say what he wants, his own Twitter page. He's not Casper. He's a Casper focal point, but it's its own page. Casper price action, I'm going to get to in a moment, because actually it's explained in such great depth and in quite a lot of emotion, stuff that I've already said, but in emotion here from Sin City, and I think it's very important to understand, get you an understanding of what's happening. And then also marketing, again, that's a bit of a lackluster thing, it's a bit frustrating, but either way, Casper's goal is not to make a project that's going to soar to the moon in terms of price. It will happen based on what they're building, but their goal is to make a great crypto project, a great protocol that's going to be utilized as a form of currency. What Bitcoin was meant to be, adhering to Satoshi Nakamoto's original consensus and original algorithm. But he puts it, Adam Beck, all interesting and useful research, spent some time talking to Tom Polinsky himself and Satoshi Roundtable about that. So he's already spoke to Casper, he seemed to be very intrigued about the project already, but now he's against it. Either he's fading it to get cheaper entry, or he just has simply turned tail because the price is not moving. Either way, for me, it is interesting nonetheless. But for me, what I love is the fact that the Casper community, despite all the FUD, is standing strong. Some have left, and that's fine by me. The paper hands are leave, the FUD, the G2s are leaving, that's fine by me. Because I want this project to be for those who are actually doing their research and understanding what this project is about. Crypto Chris, another big Casper content creator, puts it out here, which I understand why, I'll explain why it's quite interesting, right? Casper's local top was at 18.9 cents, just short of 19 cents. Tau, local top, was at $744. Casper's down 37% after the massive FUD from influencers and 41 down from all-time highs. Tau is similarly down a similar percent from all-time highs to Casper without the FUD from influencers. So again, those two projects right now, again, this is a whole comparison thing, but it's, again, to give you an understanding. Tau, right now. This is Casper right now. I'll even go here. So this is Casper right now. This is Tau. Both of which are performing relatively similarly right now, truth be told. But Casper's one that's adhering also to the FUD, and Tau's getting none of it. Which is interesting. Very interesting. So why? Why? Ultimately, why? Why are people FUDing Casper and not Tau? What's happening in this space? What's ultimately going on, right? Why are they creating FUD and drama on Casper but not Tau? There are two theories. One is they're doing it on purpose to get cheaper entry, because they still believe in it, which I think is definitely a possibility. The other one is they've not done enough research, which equally is also very, very possible. There's a third reason why as well, which is that Tau is AI, and AI is going to go parabolic in 2025. I've already put information about that in my Discord server. My free Discord server, once more, is on my YouTube homepage, loading up right here in the description, also now in the chat. And I will put even more detailed analysis and in-depth understanding analysis in the executive channel, the what page, which we're providing more in-depth information. We're providing trading analysis, risk management, all that sort of stuff. We're providing more and more, we're building up more and more. It's only been a little over a week since we launched it. We're going to be building up more and more as time goes on, especially if the market comes back. It's going to get even more parabolic. But again, Tau is AI. And information applied again in the server, both the Patreon's more in depth. This I've got it in the free server as well, but it's understanding AI is going to be a very, very big thing. And that's also why people are not fading Tau. Even though Tau's down, people are like, oh, Tau's down, it doesn't matter because AI is going to be big next cycle, so it'll come back. So it's either people are not fading because of AI, because they're not doing enough research in Casper, or they just want to get cheaper entry. Either way, for me, Casper, while it's not AI, it's still so innovative that it's going to do incredible in this cycle. I'm going to play this video and this video after I answer the questions, ultimately talking from Polinsky himself, where he's basically addressing the fact that a lot of people in this space, like we are, technically speaking right now, we are so hell-bent focused on price action. And of course, I am focused on price as well. I want Casper to do well so I can make profit from it. But the difference is, which is, multiple people in this space only focus on the price action, which is fine. I'm doing so myself, as I think most of us are. The difference is, a lot of people are so hell-bent on that price, they're not focusing on what Casper's building. Therefore, when the price is down, they're getting shaken out. I am seeing the price going down, but I'm not getting shaken out because I understand, to an extent, to the best of my ability, what they are building and understand the leverage and the benefit that it will provide in this space. And that will inherently help its price going forward as well. The fact that the hash rate has been jumping leaps and bounds in the past year or so, with the price not moving much at all, it's a testament to how much adoption this project's got and how high it's going. The price is not moving with it, but it's doing better. Furthermore, the fact that the addresses are spiking up right now. That's at 577,000 yesterday. It's jumped 2k again. It's going up faster and faster. We're seeing more and more adoption. We're seeing a lot of coming out of the exchanges right now, coincidentally as well. So we're seeing it go higher and higher. So the project's not dying by any means. It's just a lackluster price action. That's not uncommon, right? But I'll get to this video in a moment. I will, answer the question quickly first though. For Casper to reach $1-2, we need a pretty strong altcoin season. Do you think we'll see a strong altcoin season against what we saw 2021? Yes, 100%. You've got institutional adoption here for the first time ever in history. And you're seeing ETFs come out as well, allowing the institutions to get more involved. Retail have always been the drivers of altcoins. So you'll see retailers who are in the Bitcoins and the Ethereums and the XRPs, the big blue chips, and obviously the Bitcoin itself. You'll see them make their profits, and they'll cycle down into the mid caps and the micro caps, the altcoins, and they'll cycle down into it when Bitcoin makes its top. Retail will do that. Institutions will also do that if they're ETFs. And they're going to be loads of ETFs coming out. You already got Bitcoin and Ethereum. You've got a Bitcoin and Ethereum pair coming out. You'll see HBAR, you'll see XRP, you'll likely see Litecoin, you'll likely see Solana, you'll probably see AVAX, you'll probably see, most of these projects in the top we'll see. You'll probably see a Cardano one. You'll probably see, I don't think you'll see a Dogecoin one, unless Elon has some really big influence that'll do that. You'll see Link one, you'll see a Sui one, I'm sure. You'll probably see a Stellar one as well. I'm convinced, even now, that you will see a Casper one. Because, again, Grayscale are considering Casper. And you also got Casper ETPs already launched. So that will be a pathway, a gateway for institutions to get involved in altcoins as well. So they'll probably pump Bitcoin and pump the alts as well. So yes, ultimately, Casper, I think, can reach $1-2 based on the incoming Casper developments, but also due to institutional adoption. The altcoin season is going to be absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. What's up, Vaz? My man, welcome back to the stream. It does depend on updates, you're right, Devious Me, it depends on updates, but again, institutional adoption for me, ETS, is what's going to be the main driver of altcoin season as well. Again, last cycle is different to this cycle. Last cycle was retail. This cycle is institutional adoption. What institutions want will drive the market, it will send it higher. Retail can obviously make profit from it, but you've now got to follow, beforehand you just follow what retail does, now you've got to follow institutions, where their money's going. Casper Dynamite is an interesting chart to look at. Casper Miner. They have recently changed strategy and ticker symbol for Casper. The price seems to be tracking Casper now. May have a good leverage play. Potentially, I have not looked into it, my man. If you can link that in my community, my free Discord server, then I'll go check it out. For me, I am not a leverage trader of Casper. I leverage trade other projects, other projects I've done. I've done it from Sui a little bit as well. For the most part, I don't leverage trade many of these alts. I tend to normally trade in the smaller projects. In particular, I tend to trade with memes, which again, we've got pro traders in the community that have been putting in some memes. Obviously, it's calmed down a little bit because of the current market conditions being very slow. So there's not a lot of stuff happening. But when the market picks up again in the new year, and soon as well, memes will start flying. Again, I already mentioned this before, but one of the memes we announced on the 19th, so about 9 days ago now, we announced this Exo Cortex meme, this degen meme. We called it a 29k market cap, and we saw it jump to a $750,000 market cap. A 2,400% gain, so a 25x in value. That's one of many we've called out in the what page. The pro trader has been locked in for every single leverage play he's put in the channel, and degen play he's put in the channel has all made profits so far, which is insane. Truth be told, it's very, very insane. Now, of course, realistically speaking, that's not always going to happen. There's going to be some losses, of course, but so far we are 100%, which is insane. And we'll be hopefully continuing in that fashion as long as more and more, and the stock gets more and more bullish as well, more parabolic, more volatile. Exo is one of them. You had many, many more, and that's heavily where my trades go into. I've got my holdings in my big projects. Mainly in Casper, of course. Got some in Sui, XRP, some in Desync, Tau, you name it. I've got some in some other ones that I've disclosed privately in the early access hidden gems. Some ones that I have disclosed privately in the hidden gems channel. Other ones that I think are going to do really, really big in this cycle surrounding AI agents, because AI again is going to be very, very big. But yes, that's ultimately what we provide in there. A lot more in-depth information, those who want to actually learn how to make money in the cycle. But equally, we also have the free community once more. If you just want to have a community of people to chill with and learn more either way. It's been all around very, very interactive. The community is definitely growing more and more. And it's good to see that even now, despite the, market conditions, people seem to be, for the most part, still quite respectful, which of course is very, very hard to maintain, because everyone is obviously quite emotional with the market conditions, I feel, for the most part. But we've got a seemingly very mature group in there, so I'm happy about it. It's quite a big group, and not everyone's obviously active, but it's over 550 members in the free community. And again, the executive channel is growing bit by bit as well, which is hopefully going to go for more parabolic in the new year when the money starts flooding in rapidly. Time will start running out, honestly. Quick to travel, hey man, always good to catch you live. I think the worst is behind for Casper, so much coming in next week's. I do want to agree with you, my man, I do. I do think the worst for Casper. I think we could potentially see worse, of course there's always a possibility of such, but 2025 is literally days away now, and there's so much coming for Casper in 2025, and crypto as a whole. But for example, in terms of just January alone, the first month of 2025, Congress reconvene, third, discussing crypto legislation, huge. Trump gets into office on the 20th of Gary Gensler leaving on the 20th of January. Casper, they have been nominated for the INATBA nomination for the most, efficient or best DeFi project or whatever of 2025. And that announcement of the winner of the nominations, they're one of 6, will be made on the 29th of January. So potentially you find out on the 29th of January that they've won. And if they win, that'll put them on a global forum with policymakers and regulators. That is a very, very big deal for Casper. Probably allowing the fast track and the VTS coming to Casper as well. So of course time will tell. But I think the worst behind us definitely as well. 11 cents isn't cheap enough. I think the fact that there are no deals for exchanges got an incentive a little. I mean, potentially, yeah, I see your point. I think Casper definitely could go lower, but of course time will tell. I do think Casper is in a position where it's still very, very undervalued, and according to the power law, it's currently 62% undervalued. Ultimately, could Casper go lower from here? Yeah, probably. But if you're a spot trader or a long-term holder like myself, then you're not trying to call the bottom. Calling the bottom is always the hard thing to do. As Bingo Bango once said, or said repeatedly, time in the market is better than trying to time the market. If you're a leverage trader, of course, you want to try and make the most of it. And there's an element of trying to time that as well. Again, stuff that we provide more so in more depth in the community, in the paid coin factory. But for me, Casper, one that I hold long term, I don't try and time the bottom. I just DCA into it. I currently am trying to build up my dry powder. I'll be DCAing more into Casper at these prices if I can, because this is, for me, dirt cheap. What's up, could you go to my man? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing very, very well, my man. But that being said, I'll answer some more questions in just a moment, but I want to get into the 2 points here. Firstly, from our founder, our Lord and Savior, Wilson Polinsky. I want to reiterate before I play it that no, I'll play it, but it obviously is speaking in, well, Arabic. I believe it's Arabic. I don't speak Arabic, of course, but he does state, this is the basic summary of what he says here. Ultimately just covering the fact that Casper talked about price action, and he doesn't speak. It's just like, well, I'll just play it out. You can hear what he's saying, right? From some Polinsky right here.
ביטוי ש-99% לא ביטוי, איזושהי אמת כואבת בקריפטו, ש-99% of your community cares only about the token price, כן? ש-99% מכם מתעניינים רק במחיר המטבע. אז אני חושב בקספה זה קצת שונה. זה שברתי לאחרונה. אני חושב שבקספה זה שונה. אני חושב 95%, ושאתם 5%. זה איזושהי תקווה.
So yeah, I mean, ultimately, from Polinsky there, he's just kind of covering the fact that most of Casper holders, which is fair enough, and we are part of that as well, we only care about the token price, which we do. We want to do well, we want to make money. That's why we're here most of the part. But there's a fine line right now where a lot of people only care about the price, so much so that they don't care about what they're building, and therefore they don't understand the level of adoption and price pumping that will happen as a result of what they're building. Once more, they're building smart contract on a layer 1, decentralized, which is very, very big. And Chris Kang, the Casper co-founder, mentioned that, effectively confirmed that Casper will be able to make millions of dollars a month in revenue once their smart contract comes on Casper and they get the adoption rolling through. They'll steal the capital and the money from the other chains. The Ethereums, the Solanas, the Trons, the AVAXs, you name it. Probably the XRP ledgers as well. We all care about price action, but we, for the most of us here, also understanding what Casper's building, understand that the price action is bad, it's struggling, we're a bit frustrated with it, but we understand that what they're building will inherently help the price going into 2025 in this cycle, and years to follow as well, similarly to Bitcoin. You know, his kind of hope as Casper is to be utilized as a form of currency, effectively. He doesn't care about price action, at least on the surface, he doesn't care about price action. They're just researchers trying to build something that's really, really exciting. And now, I want to play this video here from Sin City. It's a long video, but I think it's a very, very important one that you all need to pay attention to. Because this is, again, in a bit more of an emotional sense, at least I say emotional, he puts more emotional tones in his voice. But it is a very important fact to understand that. Just don't be emotional, be logical, and understand that nothing about Casper's changed. Listen very closely.
Do you think that we get a big rally out of Casper, or do you think that people should evaluate their position? What's your kind of take on Casper chart?
Jump in, Magic. Before Magic gets in, can I jump in real quick? What is wrong with some of you people, man? Seriously, like, you guys get into a token, you say, I got into it because it does this, and it's going to solve the trilemma, and it's the fastest proof of work, and it's got a great community, and the devs are cool.
It's been a year, though. It's been a year. And the rest of the market's moving.
But as soon as the price starts going down a little bit and consolidates, like every freaking token does, people just throw in the towel. They start shitting on the community. They start shitting on the devs, and they say, this is not this. Like, if nothing has fundamentally changed except price going up and down because people are buying and selling, why are you guys freaking out? Like, Casper's still doing everything it said it was going to do a year and a half ago when you first invested in it, and even more. And if you look at the roadmap and what they're doing, it's getting even better. And so I don't understand why people panic and start trashing the project when the price moves sideways, and then it's another coin's turn to pump. Cardano was trading sideways for 9, 10, almost a year. Everything was running. Solana was running. Near was running. Aptos was running. Like, everyone was running. But guess what? Cardano had its time too. Ran from 30 cents to $1.20. It's just it is what it is, dude. You can't expect something to go up forever. It doesn't work like that. So if you're gonna be in a project and you outline your reasons why you're in the project, don't start shitting on it when it starts consolidating and going sideways. Now, if something fundamentally changes, one of the devs quits, or something falls flat, then sure, reevaluate. But stop just guys, just get out of your emotions for 1 second. That is how people get rich. They buy the fear, right? When people fear sell their bags, smart investors who've done their research come in and they buy them. And they're the ones that make the money on the big run up.
Now, I'm not going to play out, again, the whole 4-minute clip, but that 2-minute clip, I'll link this in my community once more. Go check it out, link in the description on my YouTube homepage as well, and also now in the chat. I'll link it in here. But in that 2-minute clip, that for me is a very, very important part and a crucial fact to understand. Crucial fact to understand because, again, the FUD around Casper right now is price action based, but it's so warped. You see Casper not move for a year, fine. But as he mentioned, Cardano didn't move for almost a year as well when everything else was running up. And look what happened to it. It jumped 3, 4, 5x in price. Casper, developers haven't left. Fundamentals haven't changed. Nothing about Casper's changed. Besides the price has not gone up. So I admire Sin City for what he has the balls to say, which a lot of people are saying, but he has the balls to say it on such a open platform, right? He is got a far larger fan base than me, so he's got a lot more eyes on him as well. But where you've got a lot of seemingly quite big content creators right now and influencers who are, you know, starting to sneak away, if you will. I'm not naming names. I'm just stating fact. You've got some people like him who has evidently done his own research into the project and understand what he's holding. For my belief, those who are leaving, while understandable, they have simply not done enough research to understand how Casper's going to move in the cycle. They don't understand the level of adoption coming to the cycle. You know? All this sort of stuff coming in the cycle where you're going to start seeing so many massive gains. Those who are leaving Casper don't understand the conviction and the cojones you need to hold a project when it's down. And don't understand that what these developments eventually can lead to is massive gains. Casper right now is struggling. Yes, there's no secret. Of course, it's quite obvious. It's frustrating as anything. Very frustrating. However, what Casper is building hasn't changed. It's groundbreaking. Everyone who's gone to Casper for this groundbreaking development and have left didn't research into it. I researched into Casper. Most of us have done. I know what I hold. I hold a project that's solves a dilemma. I hold a project that is going to bring a smart contract onto a proof of work. Revolutionary. I hold the fastest proof of work project in this space, potentially going to compete and surpass proof of stakes. I hold the most decentralized project in this space right now. And I know there are a lot of adoption coming to it in the likes of the KRI with their institutional partnerships, Grayscale ETFs potentially in the future, very, very soon, I think, in 2025. Lodia Custody, who are now partnered with Casper. Therefore, potentially seeing more ETFs coming through as well. You've got so much coming for Casper, so much so that, and again, these developments have not changed, and you've still got many more. We are currently, if I were to give a number for it, development-wise for Casper, we're probably at about 25%. You've got 10 BPS, about 2 or 3 months away now. Cool, fantastic upgrade. Then smart contracts, revolutionary upgrade. Then you've got Dag Knight, which is literally the end game. And then you have the goals of going to 100 per second and everything else after that. And you'll probably see more projects being brought out as well, should they decide to. So Casper as a project right now is nowhere near complete. Every other project in this space that is running has got either 99% or they're basically completed. They've got nothing more to offer besides the VC that are pumping the price. And even then again, Cardano didn't run for ages and they started running late. Casper's really, really early. And a lot of the developments are coming out in this cycle. Yes, a little bit late, but still coming. And I think the cycle is still going to, for the most part, it will still be here. Again, we'll tell me what happens. Time will tell. Again, if you look at historical data, it suggests that maybe we right now it's down 79, which is fantastic. So maybe we do see it peak in Q1. Maybe we see it go a little bit longer. Again, time will tell. These numbers and factors may have to be rejigged after there being institutional adoption here. We're in a new market, a unique market. But I think Casper will still be here for when the pump happens. You know, we're currently sitting at 1 BPS. This sort of stuff here. We're going to see this very, very soon. That is already revolutionary. And we have the chance to one day see this. That's just ridiculous. The speed of Casper by that point is unfathomable. That's why I stay bullish on Casper the whole time. And I appreciate people who like SimCity who actually have the cojones to stand up and, you know, be very blunt with people. Like, what is wrong with you people? I haven't said that myself. I've said, if you want to get out of Casper, that's fine. But he said it more bluntly, and it's, in a sense, how I view this as well. Why are you failing a project that hasn't changed anything fundamentally? No developers are left. The only negative thing around Casper is bad marketing and Shine maybe talking too much. But again, he can do what he wants, man. I think he deserved that much. So say as he please on his own Twitter page. And then it's bad price action. But otherwise, in terms of what they're actually building, nothing has changed. It's only got better. Marathon are mining them. KRI are making more developments of Casper as well. In regards to building more projects and getting their name out there with the institutional clients, the customers. You know, there's so much more coming for Casper. You know, Coinbase made a post here about, you know, what do you want to list 2025. Of course we want Casper to be listed, but this is, again, just a small picture of everything that's Casper been building so far. You know? Top 5 exchanges being Bybit, Kraken, KuCoin, BitGet, and Gate. You know, all this sort of information here. This is a small, like, upcoming 10 BPS, smart contracts, Dagonite protocol. So much more coming for Casper. You know, the fact that you can manage to fit all this into one sheet is impressive. And that is just... If you wanted a very TLDR of what Casper is, just look at this page. But if you want a real in-depth of understanding what it is you are hopefully wanting to hold or are holding right now, tune in daily to these streams. Come join the free Discord server. We have a lot of information about Casper in there and a community of everyone who seems to be very bullish on Casper, although, again, FUD is waving right now, so, you know, be as it may. And if you want to know more about the crypto space as a whole, again, the server's there for you. And if you want to know how to actually make more money, like hoping to be able to hit these sort of massive gains that we've been able to hit so far, come check out the Patreon. You know, there's a lot of FUD right now around Patreons and these WAP servers, and I get why. Because a lot of people seem to be taking advantage of people. From what I've heard, allegations of people taking advantage. That's why I made my one. Because I have done a wholehearted job to build up a community of people who trust me. I've been very open about everything I do in this space. With reason, of course. I'm not going to say how much Casper I actually hold. But I've been very open about that sort of thing. I've given the trades. And every time there's been an issue where I have slipped up, I've come up and apologized and admitted I'm wrong. I'm not going to shy away from it. You know? I want to try and offer other means or ways that I have been able to make money in the cycle through other means of like trading. And other information like, again, hidden gems, that sort of stuff. Those who are part of the server, I think have already benefited quite a bit from it, or they think they are pleased with it. And it's going to get better and better from this point out onwards as well, with the cycle getting more and more volatile. That's ultimately where this whole space is going. With crypto, with Casper, it's just up and up and up. And Casper, I think, is going to do very well from here. And there are multiple other means to make money, which you can learn more so in the free community, but people just talking and chatting generally. But you want to actually learn how to make money, I guess, in a sense from me and the pro traders that I have, then come check out the community once more. Because it's only going to get bigger from here. December is ending. Casper hitting 20 cents total frustration. Yeah, a bit frustrating, but it's what it is. Again, since it sums it up here perfectly, I'm not too worried. It's frustrating, but I'm not worried. This will also be a big thing. You know, Kelsey 20 tokens are here. These are the exclusive wallets right now of Casper Ghost, Caspi, Conan, Kango, and Goad. And I'm pretty sure you also got Nacho as well there as well. So again, the biggest tokens. These are actually ones I actually like as well. I mean, maybe I just choose the big projects, I don't know. But the ones that I like the most are the ones that have co-branding, special brand co-branding wallets. Casper is the final boss, 100%, my man. 4 weeks sneak past. Yeah, I did, honestly. I mean, I actually am busy later on. That's why I streamed so early. But I thought I was like, oh, maybe this one's not going to be here today. Thank God. January 15th is ICP and US. If it's bad, we're going to go down again. Maybe. But again, Trump being in office so soon after that, I think will potentially negate a severe correction. Casper's absolutely fine. Everyone take a deep breath. Don't let anyone shake out your bags. 100%, Thomas. 100%. 4 year plus of ranging drives retail traders mad. As long as it's 10 cents hold, everything's fine. I agree as well. Yeah, I know you meant CPI, my man. Don't worry. I know you meant CPI. Sup QC, got paid. I've got some Casper at 11.1 cents. Big up Greg, my man. Love to hear it. Looking very good, my man. They try to shake out the small miners. They're trying to shake everyone out, honestly. Hell in time praise be upon him, 100%. Okay, well, I'm not getting to that whole conspiracy theory, but yeah, sure. What's a natural guy? Big up to everyone here, man. It's looking very, very bullish right now. If miners are committed, we're not turning back. Great to hear. Keep your conviction up. It's not Arabic, but again, look, I made a mistake. I apologize. It was Hebrew, not Arabic. I apologize. I should have known that. I was thinking, is it Hebrew or Arabic? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna mess this up, aren't I? I apologize. I really do apologize. I should be knowing that. But I mean, regardless, I don't speak Hebrew, but point being, simply talking about, everyone cares about price, and while we do as well, I do care about the price of Casper and making money off it, of course. That's what we're all here for. But for me, I'm like, okay, well, I understand what Casper's building, so I know that the price, while it's struggling, doesn't matter, because long term it's going to be fine. I'm not only waking up and looking at this chart and doing TA and rubbish like that. TA is important, but I don't do that. I go onto this chart, look at the Casper, okay, cool, it's up 0.2%, fine. Okay, what's Bitcoin doing? Okay, it's not doing much, okay, cool, it's kind of a dead market, fine. What's going on with Casper right now? I go through my Twitter, go through my sources, I'm like, okay, all this stuff coming out, I see all this information here about FUD, about the interviews, I'm like, okay, that's really, really cool, I'm glad to hear that the conviction's still here. And then I'll find out through some members who, like, shout out to Casper Frog when he's here, he occasionally tends to link me sources on Twitter, which again, if you want to go follow me, my @ is right here, @QuickCrypto. I'll even link that in the chat if you want to go follow me. I am being slightly more active on there, trying to drop some stuff in there, but people will link information here. People also, again, much as I have an information channel in the Discord server, it's not just for me to put information into that. Everyone can put information into that. I tend to populate it, of course, but everyone can put information into that. It's just a place where everyone can actually have a community, where everyone can learn more and more about the space. And then, of course, then the executive part of when you can actually learn how to, risk management, trading, more in detail information, hidden gems, you name it. If something bad will happen with a bit right now, I think we saw a bottom of Casper at 11 cents. I like to think that's possible as well, but it does depend on Bitcoin ultimately. I can say 11 cents Casper's bottom, but it does depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin comes down to 85k, Casper's going to come down, most likely. So it depends on Bitcoin. Price and adoption are irrevocably chained. Apologies, I have a bad time of English. Even people like us that aren't in it for the long term care price. Oh yeah, I mean, I am in it for the long term. In terms of I'm holding it for multiple cycles, but I mean, yes, price and adoption are just two very key. They work together, right? The price has not gone up, but the adoption's only gone up higher and higher. Therefore, when the price breaks out, it's going to catch up quickly to that adoption and go quite parabolic. Nice representation. Yeah, 100%. I do respect sensitivity for this. I'll link it all again in my community, probably later today. Probably a few hours, but I will link it in my community when I get the chance. What's up, Tony? Welcome back to the welcome back to the stream, my man. Welcome, Tony. You know it. I want to buy Casper more at this rate, but choose Nacho and Kango because the drop was harder. I mean, ultimately, memes are much more risky than Casper. In general, memes are always more risky than a project. But in terms of ROI potential, you could argue that Nacho is better. If Nacho reaches 1 bill market cap from here, that's a 40x. 40x for Casper right now. We put it at about $4. There's a higher chance, I think, potentially of Nacho reaching 1 bill. But again, my conviction will always stay truer to Casper because I think Casper's got a more higher chance of getting, dare I say, quote unquote, guaranteed gains, not financial advice. Whereas Nacho, being the community is very, very strong, the memes can inherently just die out. Respect to 100%. Respect to the man. He's a legend. Company needs to shake out all the people who are going to dump on the house hard. They're the short term. Oh yeah, 100%. I enjoy the shakeout as well, man. We had a shakeout here, and the people bought back up again. You had a shakeout down here, and that's why I went up again. You had another shakeout again. Those who are chasing candles are struggling right now. That's why you've got to have conviction and understand what you're holding. Just buy and hold 100%. Holding for 2 years and going into a third. Massive big up to you, Mr. Miles. Market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Yeah, and then I'll live in these streets. Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, hey, maybe I should sell my house to get more Casper at this price. You know what I mean? I'm already a millionaire. The market just don't know about it yet. You know what I mean? I'm already living comfortably in my Casper island, in my Casper helicopter. They just don't know. I haven't bought it yet because, it's manifested. It's already happening. Millionaire, and still you said, Jay, he needs to give his Casper to you. You know what I mean? Mr. Mars is so sneaky. He's like, I'm already so rich, but Jay needs to give me his Casper. Exactly. You're a troll, my man. You're a troll. I set my entry points where people set stop losses. Hey, good. I think that's a good strategy, man, because people continue to fade Casper and just pick up those cheaper prices. So it's not a bad strategy, man. Greetings from Madrid. Greetings, John Carlos, my man. Welcome to the stream. Vamos, my man. Everyone here is here for price, not sunshine the But I mean, yeah, true. Everyone here is for making money, of course. But the difference is, there are people here who are just trying to help make a great project. They're developers. Then most of us here, 99% are here to make money. They only care about the price. But then, there are some of us who care about price, but understand that while the price is down, it will still do well because they are building. They haven't stopped building. It's still here. So, but then there are other people who only care about the price. When the price has been stagnant for a year, they're like, oh, we've missed out on so much, I'm leaving now. Fine, leave. Casper's not done anything wrong. It's been struggling for a year, but again, other projects done the same thing. I've surely showed that in the past here. Look, I mean, this is again during a bear cycle, not a bull cycle, but even then, you're getting this bull cycle since March. Obviously, Solana has broken out, but since March did that, like, you had a whole part here. And this is the best thing. Look, in the last cycle here, Solana pumped from where I was at in January up to May, and then did nothing from. And that's what Casper did similarly. May did nothing, and then it's gone up again. Like cycles, projects do just go stagnant for a while. It happens. But I think Casper's going to come back. I'm convinced in that much. Yeah, Mr. Moss now trying to troll my chat again, telling AI. You Mr. Mars, man. You need to chill out. But yeah, I mean, things are still looking very, very strong for Casper and crypto as a whole right now, as Ash Crypto puts it up here. Tether FUD is at all-time highs. China ban, harsh crypto regulations. These are indications of a massive bull run, and there's no mistake about it. When the whales want to buy your coins at cheap, they come with all these FUDs to scare you. That's what Sin City was saying about Casper here. People are coming at FUD to scare you about Casper, but ultimately there's so much coming right now that they're going to try and take your bags, make you think, oh, crypto's going, Tether's going to collapse. That's what everyone's saying. Everyone's been saying Tether's going to be banned in 3 days. That's not true. I found the sources here. That's not true. They're not going to be banned. But they're going to become regulations going to start coming. China's going to ban it. China's not banning it, to my knowledge. Tether's not going to be banned either. So regulations are going to be harsh, yes, but going to allow institutions to get more involved and bring more money into the space. You know. So don't let the FUD scare you. Again, ignore the noise and lock in. Important news for Europeans. A lot of USDT FUD is going around. Here's the reality. USDT is not becoming illegal in Europe on December 30th of 2024. The MiCA rules will require compliance, but there's a 6 to 18 month transition period for providers. So therefore, Tether has 6 to 18 months, so up to 2 years, to become compliant. Otherwise, then they will be illegal. But they have time to try and figure that out. They may not be able to. There is speculation they can't figure it out. They won't be able to because they have a whole lot of illicit activities and auditing issues. That's a whole different conversation entirely. But they have time to figure it out at least, should they choose to. Again, look, they have an approach phase. The approach phase happened here. Next one here. The final one is July 2026. So Tether will not be illegal. It's just exchanges are proactive to delist Tether from exchanges because they do not comply. So exchanges are delisting it in preparation, but not actually being delisted. It's not actually illegal yet. It's just they're being delisted in preparation for the MiCA compliance. But if Tether become compliant, they'll relist them. But 2026 will be like that's when the timeline is over. Effectively, that's when it all ends. Tether could never be banned. It depends, because there's speculation once more from research papers from institutions that MiCA could set the precedent for regulations worldwide. And if that's the case, then that means you can see tokens who don't adhere to regulations, who aren't compliant. Should Tether not become compliant after their timeline in 2026 of July, then they'll be illegal and they'll be banned. They've got 2 years to figure that out though, so they've got time. They've got to get stuff in order though. And we've got some other news here as well. I'm about to run out of time for this stream today, but we've got some other stuff here as well. The IRS has finalized rules requiring brokers to report digital asset transaction, including activity on decentralized exchanges. So starting 2027. So even though we're seeing a lot of shifts happening right now, a lot of the big developments are still coming, after the cycle 26, 27, and so on and so forth. But brokers must disclose gross proceeds from crypto sales and provide details about the taxpayers involved. Ultimately, once more, because the crypto is going to go higher, everyone's get more and more involved in crypto. It's becoming a very big financial conundrum, if you will. It's very important. And I've got this post here for Solana. Talk about crypto gaming isn't coming, it's here. Talk about the top 10 Solana games. It's just a little thing I want to highlight once more that a soft spot in my heart. Much as I love Casper. There are a soft spot in my heart for crypto gaming projects. Some people like Alex Becker. People know who he is, I'm sure. He's very bullish crypto gaming, so he's going to do very well this cycle. I can't say for sure. He probably knows more than I do in crypto gaming, but I think crypto gaming has got a lot of potential. Could be a very, like, could eventually in the future detach from the crypto market, become its own market sort of thing. And I already do hold some crypto gaming projects. The one I'm currently holding the most of right now is Vulcan Force PYR, which is doing quite well for me. I've got it around here. But there are many, many more good ones in this space. Naka, some people I know got Naka really, really low, like down here, and I wish I got in down here. But either way, I think it's got a lot of potential from here as well. I'll be talking about crypto gaming projects a lot more when the cycle starts picking up a little bit more and the projects start going more parabolic once more in the free Discord server. But I'll be putting in probably some more gem picks, you know, about other projects regarding AI agent, crypto gaming, other very, you know, stuff that I think has good potential in the cycle in the Coin Factory paid section, the what page. You know, alongside trading information from the pro trader, everything there, providing more so to try and, you know, help people navigate the market, those who are in the first market as well. Because the community servers for people who want to have a community so everyone can understand and learn more about the space, help them navigate the first market, and then the page also want a little bit extra help, if you will. But once more, that being said, thank you all for watching today's stream. Ultimately speaking, the title being "You Will Get Rich with Casper" in the cycle. I still believe that. Still believe $2 Casper is possible this cycle. The FUD is going higher and higher, but ignore the noise and lock in. Casper is not done by any means. It's going to go higher in this cycle. The FUD is going higher. The whales want you to sell your bags. Just stay strong right now. That's all I can say. You know, still got a lot of time left for the cycle. Still a lot of bullish reports here for Casper. Holders going up, hash rates going up, you know, KRI is getting more involved. Everything, you know, Casper's not struggling at all. But that being said, thank you all once more for watching. If you enjoy this stream, be doing these daily, 150 days at least in a row now. Insane stuff, I'd like to say for myself. And everyone here has been tuning in daily. Respect to you all as well. If you enjoy the stream, leave a like, share, subscribe for more. And yeah, I'll be back hopefully tomorrow, normal time, which is 8 PM UTC, but I'll let you all know. Have a good day, good evening, good night. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Take